start off, you've got your ball right in front of you. And just start by putting your hands on top of the ball. Taking a big breath in. Drawing up your tummy and trying to keep your back in the same position. Just start to press the ball down until you feel your spine stretching in a big curve. And then release upwards. Okay, so the sort of sensation is that as you press down the ball, you want to draw your tummy up underneath you, and especially your diaphragm, and at the same time put the pressure down into the ball as if you're going to do a handstand. And you want to feel those abdominals start to kick in, and then release. And you're going to do 3 more little pushes like that. So pressing down with the flat of the hands, lifting up the tummy, and then releasing. And down, you like stomach pumps. You're pumping the stomach up as you press the hands down. Last one, just press down, feel your back rounding. And now what you're going to do is you're going to push the ball forward, and at the same time you're coming down into a deep squat, sending your bottom backwards, just so that your bum and your knees are in the same alignment, reaching out with your fingertips, and then from there you're going to curl your tailbone underneath you, roll your spine up and bring the ball back until it comes towards your toes. All right, 3 more of those. So breathing up, reach out with your sit bones, send your sit bones back, allow your back to stretch, and then gather up through the tummy, roll up through the spine, and bring the ball back. 2 more. And as you bend your knees, just be careful your knees aren't pushing forward towards over the tips of your toes. Your knees are staying directly above your ankle bones. And then push, or as much as you can possibly manage it. And you don't want to be dropping your tail back too low either. You want to just feel that your back is flat. It will be different for everybody. If you've got a much lower ball, it looks and feels very different. And then round your back and roll yourself all the way up. Now hold that position, and from here just grasp the ball. You're going to start to roll up, but you're going to bring the ball with you. You're just going to let it hang in front of you and roll your spine up. So you've got that extra little bit of weight to carry. Nod your head forward, scoop up the tummy, resist the weight of the ball, and lower it back down onto the floor and rest. Do that again. So gather up the tummy, draw up the diaphragm, rounding up through the back, and then stack your spine, bringing your head up. Breathing out, roll down, resist the weight of the ball. As you bring that ball down, just bring your hands back onto the top, reach out, and once again, down into that squatting position. And roll your spine all the way up, and this time just leave the ball to its own devices and roll your spine all the way up. Breathe in, your ball might disappear. Reach up, and then as you lower your arms down, bring yourself back towards the ball. Okay, now we're going to put our hands on the ball again. What I want you to do is bend the knee furthest away from the screen. So you're going to bend that knee. You're going to place your other hand on the ball, so your same hand as the knee, the hand furthest away from the screen. The other hand is going to lift up, and I want you to reach that knee in towards the ball and rotate up towards the ceiling, keeping this arm straight and stretching. And then bring your hand back, and you're going to bend both knees. We're going to do 3 to the same side. So as you reach your knee towards the ball, hold it steady with your knee. Breathe in, grow tall as you rotate. And breathe out, bring your arm back. Last one, breathe in. Think of growing tall and rotating your spine, keeping your knee pushed into the ball if possible. and bring your hand back down. All right, now bring your hands back onto the ball, reach out, go down into that squat, release your back out again, and then roll the ball back. The knee closest to the screen is going to bend, going into the ball. The other arm is reaching up, and it's a very high rotation. You're rotating up through your thoracic spine, your upper back. And then bending both knees, bring your hand back down. Okay, so once again, if your ball's a little bit lower, you're going to have to move a little bit further. Breathe in. High turn up through the spine. Breathe out, bring yourself back. Good. Last two. Inhale. And exhale. It should feel really nice through your upper back, just to get that rotation quite high up between your shoulder blades. And then bring your hand back down. Once again, square yourself off and just take the ball out and reach it out. So you've got your sit bones reaching back. Okay, so your eyes are looking directly forward at the moment. You're going to shrug your shoulders back. So just shrug them back, you feel the ball come towards you. Pull the ball in towards your tummy and just get into a little back arch so your breastbone is lifting up. And then reach out. Let's do two more of those. So try and breathe in as you bring the ball towards you. Breathe out as you roll the ball away. Last one. Breathe in as you draw your shoulders down. Breathe out. Just let the ball come back. Roll yourself all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way up. And then just release the ball and take a nice big lift up through your arms. And lower your arms down. Lose the ball, put it on one side for a second. And then drop your chin and roll your spine all the way down to the floor. Just let go. Allow yourself to drop down. Breathe in at the bottom and roll your spine all the way up. Let your shoulders drop. Bring your head up. Breathe in at the top. Do one more roll down. All the way down through the spine. Drop down into that position. And then roll yourself all the way back up again. Bring your head up. Lovely. So once we've kind of moved the spine a little bit, you're going to bring yourself onto your ball. I'm going to do it front ways on to start off with. What I want you to do, and what I always tell you people to do in a ball class, is not to have the ball right close to the back of your calves. Walk your feet forward so that you've got a gap between the back of your calves and the ball. And you're actually sitting slightly forward of the top of the ball. And you're just allowing your toes to spread and the soles of your feet to stay down on the floor. Curl your tailbone underneath you. Push into the ball. Roll your spine up. Pop your hands on your thighs so that your fingertips remain sort of in contact with your knees, just the tops of your knees. So that when you roll back, your arms are still straight, so that you're not actually allowing your arms to slide backwards yet. And then as you breathe out, just press into the sit bones and grow tall. So this is a relatively small movement. So if I do it sideways on, it's just that curl as you bring the ball towards your heels. And then push into your sit bones, grow the spine up. Okay, so now focus a bit more on your tummy button drawing backwards, your back rounding, your head sort of softening forward, and then press up into your sit bones. Just do that once again, rolling back. Now, once you've come back this far, can you just come back a little bit further and see if you can slide your hands back, use your glutes, squeeze your tail underneath you, And then simply reach your hands forward without your body moving very much. Your shoulders are coming forward. And then press into your sit bones and roll your spine up again. Okay, so we're going down, rolling back until we are still touching our knees, curling the tail under us. Then curling a bit further so the ball's coming towards your waist. Your hands have slid back. Then try and stay in that position as you deepen your middle tummy and try and slide your fingertips back towards your kneecaps and then push into your sit bones and roll your spine up. Once again, breathe out, curl the tailbone underneath you. Roll back, your eyes are still forward, your fingertips are coming with you this time. Scoop into the tummy, try and reach your fingertips forward. Roll up and restack your spine. Great. So I'm just going to come facing forwards again. Move yourself a little bit more towards the center of your ball, but not so far that you're going to go backwards. So you always want to make sure your ball's going to roll in this direction, forward. Okay, so you've still got that sense that the ball might go forwards. Check your feet are parallel, so you've got a gap between your feet. They're not hip distance apart, they might be a little bit wider. And I'd like you to try and make sure your toes are facing forward. And we're going to try the bouncing thing. I'm going to try not to completely disturb the sound system. So we're going to use our glutes. And I want a little bounce initially. Just up and down and making sure you're keeping your knees above your ankles and your body upright. Then see if you can just let your arms hang down by your sides. Gather up through your abdominals. Keep that bounce going, up and down, nice strong feet. Okay, now we're going to reach the arms up. Reach them up to the ceiling. Keep your eyes ahead of you. Keep yourself landing on both sitting bones. If you feel yourself moving, drifting to one side, just focus on dropping those sit bones down. Keep that bounce going. Now lower one arm, doesn't matter which one it is, down, and still have that sense of lift through both sides. Still feeling that you're landing on both sitting bones. And then both arms up and drop the other arm. So drop the shoulder, you're not reaching up, you're keeping your shoulder dropped. You're trying to feel the sense of two sides of the abdominal wall, working differently. Good, now take your arms up to the side. Now keep that arm out and lift the other one up. Semaphore. Other side. Keep that bounce. Use your inner thighs. Other side. And final set. Lower your arms down, keep the bounce going. Right, lift your right heel. Keep both sit bones bouncing down at the same point. Lift your other heel, put the other one back. Keep even. Now swap heels on each bounce. One lifts, the other lowers. Not even sure if you can see my feet, but I'm sure you can understand that. One heel lifts as the other one drops. Good. Now both heels lift on each bounce. Bounce on your toes, drop the heels in between. Great. Slowly come back down. Release the tension. Place the back of one heel to stop the ball moving. Push it back into the ball. Stretch your other leg forward. We're going for a stretch. You're going to lift your arms right up. And with a flat back, lean forward over your leg. Keep your head and chest lifted for as long as you can. Lower your arms down. Roll your spine up. 3 of those. So breathing in, this is a hamstring stretch. Breathe out, try and keep your back flat, your chest lifted, your gaze lifted, and then at the last minute, just drop the arms, roll your spine up. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out forward, lean into that stretch. Lower your chest, see if you can get your chest a little lower, your tummy, but your chest is all lifted, and then lower your arms down, roll your spine up. Swap the other leg. So reach forward, try and get that knee straight if you can. Lift up, lean into the stretch. Lower your arms when you have to. Roll your spine up. And again, lift up. Lean forward, 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 and lower the arms. And roll the spine up. Got one more. Inhale. Exhale, lean. And then roll your spine all the way up. Right, bring your feet back into parallel. I'm going to do it sideways on, because I think you can probably see me better. So we're going to do a bit of rotation. Like your feet, once again, to be parallel. You're going to put your hand on your leg, well, both legs rather, but this one closest to the screen. And just slide your hand back to your hip. Imagine you're going to take your hand and pull your hip back. So the hip moves backwards, that opposite knee moves forward, and you're rotating to look right over your shoulder, and the neck is rotating as well. And then bring yourself back and do the other side. So the knee closest to the screen pushes forward, the other hip pulls back. You're rotating your spine and you're including your neck as you breathe in. Breathe out back to center. Just speed it up a little bit. Inhale to rotate. Exhale to turn. Back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Try and keep both sit bones down. Exhale. Inhale. It's a lovely, juicy movement for the spine. We're creating a bit of tension to release the tension in the spine. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring yourself back to your central position. Right, I'd like you to walk your feet forward a little bit more and pull that ball that tiny bit closer to your heels. Okay, so this is up to you. How far you go back on this is up to you. Please don't fall off and please don't hit your head on anything, because we're getting a little bit less stable now, because we're going to bring our hands behind our head. So as you curl your tailbone under you this time, your elbows fold forward. So if you want to watch for 1 or 2, just stop don't do the exercise, just watch me. And then you push into your sit bones and you roll up and lift your chest. At this point, I'd like you to have a little bit of an arch in your back, so you're lifting your breastbone up. Then you're working from the tail, through the lower back, through the middle back, through the upper back, through the shoulders, rolling back towards the ball. Breathing in to push the ball back and lift up. Okay, so keep going. Breathing out to curl. Just your foot position if you need to. Please don't slip. Inhale, all the way up. Add that extension. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, roll up. Okay, let's do one more to that point. So curling your tailbone under you, just roll your waist towards the ball. Keep your eyes looking forward. Press your sit bones down into the ball. Roll your spine up, add the breastbone lift. Bring yourself back. Okay? I'm going to add a little bit more, and this is entirely up to you as to whether you're going to do it or not, but otherwise just do what you've done. Bring your feet a little bit further forward so that your knees remain above your ankles. You're going to use your glutes and your tailbone to curl the ball back, and I want you to try and roll back further. Okay, now this entirely depends on, the size of the ball, how much support you've got. I want you to hold that position and pull in your middle tummy. Keep your back pressing into the ball. And as you breathe out, you're going to do a little ab curl forward. You're just going to curl your ribs into your body, and then you're rolling back. It's a half lift. So breathe out, pull your tummy in. You can feel a little bit of juddering as you come forward. Breathe in, roll back. If you go further back, it's going to get harder. Breathe out, pull your tummy in, curl forward. Breathe out, roll back. And forward. And back. Please, if you can manage 2 more, that would be great. Otherwise, just, have a break. Okay, next one, we're going to curl all the way into sitting. So you don't want to pull your neck, you want to push into the ball and roll your spine up. Lift into that bit of extension. And now we're going to add something a little bit harder for all those who want to work a bit harder. Everyone else, just watch it out. And we're going to add an oblique movement. So if you want to watch first, I'm going to roll back. I'm going to keep my lower back pushed into the ball. I'm going to have a half lift. And as I breathe in, I'm rotating towards the screen without my hips moving. And center. No rolling backwards. And then rotating away from the screen and back. And then up to sitting. Okay? So we're going to do 2 sets of those. That's 4 in total. As you breathe out, roll back. Feel the ball supporting your lower back. Pull your tummy in so you're really pressing into it. Half curl forward. Inhale, rotate towards the screen. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate away from the screen. Exhale, center. See if you can hold that tension. Inhale towards the screen. Exhale, center. Last one. Inhale away from the screen. Exhale, center. Roll up. Lift your hands. And now everybody just stretch forward. Let your body drop down in between your legs. Take a big wide breath. Relax. Shake your neck. And roll your spine all the way up. Okay, so last one seated on the ball before we come into lying. We're going to do some side bends, very simple side bends. Let one hand drop down the side of the ball. Reach the other hand up and over. Now the ball's allowed to move. Your ball's going to move to the opposite side as you side bend. Now, the only thing I want you to check is that your knees stay in the same position. And then use the ball to bring yourself back to center and swap over. So the knees and the feet are staying in the same position, but the hip drifts out to the side as you bring yourself back. Inhale. Exhale, just drift the ball out so you feel that stretch in your chest wall. And back to center. And again, inhale, exhale, take it over. And bring yourself back to center. Just bring your arm down. Stretch out one leg so that that leg is staying where it is. The other leg is reaching out so that you've got a feeling that your adductor, the inner leg, is stretching. The side of that foot is on the floor and your toes are pointing forward. Pop your hand, your elbow, on your bent knee, and then just take yourself over into a long stretch. The ball isn't moving at this stage, and bring yourself back. Don't swap legs. Let's do that again. So see if now you can maybe move your leg out a little bit further, And as you reach, press the sole of your outside foot into the floor. Open up that chest wall a little bit more. Bring yourself back. All right, let's do that one more time. So lift up, lean your arm into your elbow into your leg, and bring yourself back. Great. So that was a adductor stretch, inner leg stretch. Other leg out. Elbow onto your thigh and stretch. And bring yourself back. Okay. So up and over and reach. Now move the foot out if you can, if you want to. And press the side of your foot into the floor. If you lift the outside of your foot up, you'll get a bit more of a stretch in that adductor. Okay, so if you lift that outside edge, just see what happens. And reach out with your sole. Lean into your elbow. And then bring yourself back. And just bring your legs back together. Give everything a little shake. Bring your feet on parallel and just circle your hips around. Circle the ball around. And then the other direction, just loosen up your hips. Nice loose movement. Don't do anything, doesn't have to be doing anything special. Your knees can move, your hips can move. And then one more in the opposite direction. And bring ourselves back to center. Okay. So, your legs are going to come onto the ball now. So, lie yourself down. Sure you've got enough space. Bring your legs on top of the ball. All right. Take your arms out into a T position. Bring your heels together and your knees apart, but the ball is going to be gripped behind the back of your legs. Right, to the best of your ability. You don't let your legs aren't floppy at this stage. I want you to have a little bit of pull of your heels towards you, but your knees are apart. Now, the ball, the roundness of the ball, is just going to take your legs over to one side, and one hip, the hip furthest away from my screen, is starting to lift. And then I'm rolling it back. Now what I want you to try and do is, while you're doing that, is to keep your eyes focused up or forward, your shoulders down, but just limit this movement to your hips and the bottom of your ribs. So your shoulder blades are staying down, and your waist is turning. Okay, so just see how far you can go as you do about 3 on either side. So I've done 2, but we'll do 3. Okay, so let's think of that as 1 set. 2 sets on the second set. See if maybe you can go a little further. Remember, you're keeping your heels pulled towards you, your eyes forward, your shoulders down. You're using that ball, you're holding it for support. Okay, now as you do that, mark which side feels easier to move. Are you going further on one side? Is it easy to go further on one side than the other? Just think about it. Breathe into it. I mean, there's no, normally we will find it easier to rotate further on one side. Find your center now. Right, we're going to add our eyes. As the ball rolls towards your screen, I want you to turn your head and neck and look at the hand furthest away from the screen. Now, see if that helps you to go a little bit further. As you breathe out, bring your legs and your body back to center. Purposely turn your head to look to the fingers closest to the screen and roll the ball away as you press your shoulder down. And bring it back to center. Let's do 2 more. So remember you're breathing. Inhale maybe to go over to one side, or exhale if you prefer. And back to center. Use your tummy. Last one. Bring yourself back to your central position. And now you've unwound your spine. I want you to press your legs into the ball and keep them so that your backs of your knees and your calf muscles are on the ball. Bring your legs together, your toes together, the sides of your ankles, as much of your legs as you can. Press your arms into the floor, set your eyes forward and start to crush that ball with your legs. Press them down until your hips start to elevate off the ground. And see if you can lift your hips up as high as possible. Reach out over the ball with your legs and roll your spine down. The more pressure you put into the ball, the more stability you're going to have. And what we're looking for here is stability. So press into the ball. Reach your toes forward. Press the backs of the legs in. Keep your knees straight. Hold that position. Just sink your breastbone a little bit. And bone by bone, roll your spine down. At the end, your knees have to bend, obviously. Let's do that again. So press down. Reach out with your feet. Get your glutes working and hold that position. Sink your breastbone. Lift the hand closest to the screen towards the ceiling, keeping the back of your shoulder touching the floor. Lower your arm down. Lift your other arm up. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Back of the shoulder down. Lower back down. Lift up the first arm and reach it back, if you can, otherwise keep it lifted. Roll your spine all the way down and all the way up again. So roll all the way up. Hold your center. Swap arms. The other arm comes up. See if you can reach it back. Roll down evenly through your spine. Evenly all the way back up again. Bring your arm to the ceiling. Hold your center, lift the other arm up. Roll your spine all the way down. All the way up again with your fingertips pointing to the ceiling. See if you can reach both arms back behind you. Roll your spine all the way down. And then all the way up again. And once you're all the way up, bring your arms up and very slowly down to your sides and roll your spine all the way down. Gently bend your knees. Just let your ball rest behind your legs. Now there's no gripping with the legs this time. Take your arms out and just gently rock your legs from side to side. Just open out your back again if you've had any tension in it. Okay, now lifting your head, just put your heels on the ball on the side closest to you. You want to be able to push the ball away without too much of your leg being on the ball. So, you know, if you put your feet right over the ball, your ball won't go very far. Have your feet separate, so there's about 4 inches in between your feet. And from here, bring the ball really close, link your hands and put your hands behind your head. So with your knees really close in towards you, your lower back will be compressed down towards the floor. That's actually what you're looking for. We're going to curl forward, and I want you to curl forward so that you feel as if you're lifting your breastbone up towards your thighs, and then you're rolling down. Okay, so we're going to do really easy 3 more of those. So with barely any effort, just curl forward and then roll back down. and 2, and roll. My tail feels as if it's sort of curled slightly off the mat. I'm going into a kind of old-fashioned crunch position. Roll down. Now take your legs out more to a right angle and drop your tailbone down onto the ground. Keep the ball still, keep the tailbone down and see if you can curl up without rocking the lower back to the floor. Keep yourself in more of a neutral position and roll down. So we've got 2 sets of tensions here. We've got the tension to push the tailbone down and the work going on in our oblique muscles to curl us forward. And roll down. Good. Let's do one more of those. So we're curling forward. We're going to hold that position. I now want you to pull your thighs an inch closer towards your body. Now bring your body an inch closer towards your thighs. Bring your thighs an inch closer to your body. Lift your body towards your thighs. Hold that position. Roll the ball out and roll your body back down onto the floor. For 2 more. So curl forward. You're in your neutral position. You're bringing the thighs in. You're losing your neutral. You're lifting your chest an inch higher. You're bringing your thighs an inch closer. You're bringing your chest an inch. And this is a metaphorical inch. Oh no, I'm not coming anywhere near an inch. Hold. Push the legs out to a right angle. Roll your spine all the way down. All right. So from here, lift up your leg closest to the screen and reach it over the top of the ball. Pull the other leg in, so your leg will be kind of resting on the ball. And I want you to curl forward, and we're going into single leg stretch. This leg, the leg closest to you, is going to curl in towards you, and the leg on the ball is going to push away. So if I demonstrate quickly, we're rolling forward and reaching out with the other leg. Now this leg's coming really close in. And then we're holding and reaching. And we're not swapping legs. Okay? So let's start. We're going to do 6 on each leg. Fairly quickly. Reach your leg forward. Curl forward. And you're going 1, 2. Get your leg just over the ball. 3, 4. Keep your head and shoulders down if you feel this is too hard. You can keep it just as well with your head and neck on the ground. And roll your spine down. Okay, so it works just as well if you just do the leg part. Lift up your leg, reach it over the ball. So as you curl forward, the leg's pushing the ball away, you're drawing your knee in towards you and reach, or you're keeping your head and shoulders down. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and then bring the ball back, lower your foot down, and just stretch your legs out and away from you. Okay, so just let everything wiggle. Right, once again, if you don't like curling forward, just keep your head and shoulders down. We're going to do both legs on the ball. They need to be squeezed together. I want to feel as if you've just got one leg. You're going to curl your body forward. And try and bring, if you're curling forward, try and bring your shoulder blades up off the mat. And then you're just pulling the ball in towards you and reaching it out. For 3, 2, 1, and bring the ball all the way in. Okay, nice and simple. You can do that again if you wish, exactly like that, with your head down or your head up. If you want to join into the oblique movement, we're going to take one hand out to the side. You're going to curl forward. I'll demonstrate first. And as you reach your legs out, you're lifting the elbow towards the ceiling and rotating up and across. As you bring your leg back, you're rolling down. All right, so we're going to do 4 on one side and 4 on the other. So first of all, curl forward. I've got a bit of pressure into this hand, by the way, so it's pushing you away from the screen. Lift your elbow towards the ceiling and twist up and across. And then roll your spine all the way down. The breathing is inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Please be careful you're not dragging on your neck. Inhale and exhale. Good, last one. Inhale up and across and exhale. It's not a hard movement. You want to feel really soft when you do that. So if you're opening your ribs, just allowing your body to come up and across and just relatively relaxedly rolling back. Okay, so I'm going to do it facing away from you. My hand is coming out about a foot away from my body. Other hand behind my head. We're doing 4. Curl forward. Breathing in, lift the shoulder closer to the screen and rotate. And then roll all the way back. So breathe out. Or breathe in. So you can either breathe out as you twist or breathe in as you twist. And back. And again, inhale. And exhale. Last one. Up and across. And roll your spine all the way down. Bring your arms to your sides. Place your legs back over the ball. Make sure your legs are right on the ball so that you're not just round by your ankles. Bring your arms into the floor again. And we're going to roll up with both legs on the ball. Coming to the top, we're going to lift one leg up to the ceiling. And some of you may just want to do one leg lift, lower down and then roll your body down. What I'd like to challenge you to do is 3 up and down through one leg. We'll put the leg down and then roll your spine down. See how that goes. If you can only do one, put your leg down, roll your spine down in between. Okay, so roll your hips up, press the ball down, keep it nice and steady. Point your legs, press into your arms, lift one leg with a point up towards the ceiling, push yourself up, flex your heel, don't lose any height, lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, lower your leg onto the ball, even yourself up, and slowly roll your spine down. Other side. So press down into the ball, roll your hips up. Keep your hips even, drop your ribs a little bit. Press the ball down and let it move, lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, lower your leg down, reach out with your toes, very slowly roll your spine down, 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 bend your knees, rock your legs from side to side, well done. Okay, so in between, little hamstring stretch. Take hold of the back of your leg, one leg. Draw it as close to your body as you can. Don't let it move away from your body if you can possibly help it. And try to straighten your knee. Now there's no way that I can straighten my knee, keeping my leg in that position. I know some of you can, but you want to feel that muscle starting to work at the back of the leg. And bend. You're going to do 3 of those. So you're stretching up, quivering like mad, and bending. Okay, so reach. I'm still trying to keep the leg pressed against me. Good. Last one. Reach. Now, let your leg go a little bit so that it's more vertical. Grip the bull with your other leg and start to move it towards the screen and take your arm out to the side. You're going to bring your leg up and across the other leg, and at the same time just gently twist the ball, roll the ball towards the screen. So you're getting the outside of the hamstring stretch. And then bring it back. It's almost like you're trying to cross your legs a little bit. Okay, so bring the leg up and across as if you're trying to bring the ball towards this side, the other side. You're trying to pull the leg up and across, hold, and bring your leg back. Okay, I'll swap sides and you're going to do the other leg. So bend your knee, bring it in towards you. Hold it in close to you and reach up and bend. Okay, so it's not that. It is holding it really tightly towards you as you attempt to get a straightness. I have to hold really, really hard, otherwise my leg won't stay there. And it's quivering like crazy. And bend. Okay, so one more. You may even find that this is cramping your foot because all that fascia and tissue goes into your foot. Last one. Good. Then let your leg come more into a vertical position. Grasp the ball with the other leg. Take your arm out to the side. Roll the ball across and turn your head to the opposite. So you're looking at your hand as you bring your leg up and across to stretch that part of your leg, the back side of your leg, and then bring it back. Okay, for two more. So this is also a hamstring stretch. It's going deep into your hip, it's going into your lower back as well. And last one. So bringing it up and across, and then bring your leg all the way back. Just take your legs, place them on the ball, give them a little wiggles, the ball a little wiggle, release out any tension. You're going to come up into a different position now. So I'd like you, I hope everyone can see, I'd like you to take your ball, place it in between your legs. Now your legs are going to be in a small V, about that wide, no wider. Just so that you can fit the ball in between your ankles. You're going to have your hands somewhere on the ball, depends on how big it is, how high you are. And I want you to feel that you are going to use your tummy to draw your tummy back and make your back rounded. And then roll your ball forward a little bit. And then press back into the sit bones and roll your spine up. Okay, so we're going into a spine stretch. The ball takes you forward, but you're resisting with your tummy, so you're getting that stretch in your middle back. You're breathing in and rolling your spine up. Breathing out. Rolling it forward a little bit more. Breathing in to roll yourself back up again. Let's do that one more time. Reach forward, feel the draw of the tummy as it takes you into a stretch. Bring yourself back, roll your spine up. Lovely. Now take your outside hand and put it on the near side of the ball towards the screen. Take your inside hand and place it on top of the ball. So this is like a spinning globe, a spinning top. As you push the ball around, look underneath your armpit. So you're spinning the ball, rotating to look underneath your armpit. And then rotate it back. Okay, just 3 of those. So you're twisting. You're keeping on your sit bones. You're increasing that rotation in your spine. And bring it back. Remember to breathe. One more. Rotate, that looks great, everybody. And back. Swap sides. Place the other hand on the top of the ball. Keep your legs spread out. Back of the hand on the ball. Rotate through so you're looking underneath your armpit. Breathe. Just be very gentle with yourselves, guys. Don't force anything. Just respect the fact that you might be tight on one side. Don't feel that it's a competition to go further. Rest the back of your hand on the ball to help you. Good. Bring yourself back. Right. Straighten your legs this time. Place the ball on top of your legs with your toes softly pointed and roll the ball over the tops of your feet and take yourself into a long stretch. Okay, we're going to start to pat the ball and roll backwards. We're going into roll up, or roll down rather, or roll up, whichever you like to look at it. You're going to roll back, bring the ball with you. Now keep it in front of you for as long as possible. Roll it over your tummy. Breathe in, reach back, and bring it back over your head. I hope you've got enough room. You might hit the cupboard. Bring your arms up. Place your ball back down. Lift your head and use the weight of the ball to curl you forward. Press down into the ball and stretch it over your feet. You're going to do 2 more. So you all know you can pad out your lower back. You can put something under your back. Roll back gently. Roll the ball over your tummy. Breathe in to reach back. Breathe out to bring the ball back and roll up. Try and make that breath last. Stretch forward. Okay, we're going to do 1 more just like that. And then if anybody wants to add something, you're going to join me. So reach back. Inhale. Exhale, bring the ball forward. Don't do anything until the ball touches your body. Nod your head forward and roll the ball over your thighs. Reach. Now roll yourselves up into sitting. Now this is where it gets a little heavier, a little stronger. You can miss it out. Lift up your arms. Without touching your body, roll down. Once you're down on your shoulders, start to lift the ball over your head. Tap the floor behind you. Bring the ball up. At this point, nod your head forward and roll up, pushing the ball up to the ceiling. And then lower the ball to shoulder height and roll back down. On the exhale, breathe in as you reach back. Breathe out as you bring the ball over your head and reach up to the ceiling. And then simply lower the ball down onto your legs and just push it forward into a spine stretch once again. Just lean over the ball. And bring your ball back. Okay. Right, I'm going to change position again. And this is where it would be useful if you had something you could press your feet against, so that you can do this without pressing your feet against something, but it does actually make it a little bit more difficult. I'm not going to have my feet against anything, but I'll just demonstrate. You want to have the ball really close to you. Okay, so if you imagine I had a wall here, feet at the bottom of the wall, you'd have something to support your feet. I'm going to do it without, hopefully I won't slip. I want to bring the ball really, really close in towards me, so I'm jamming it in. I'm going to lean over the front of the ball. My toes are tucked underneath me. I'm going to hug the ball with my arms. I'm going to push my tummy into the ball. And I'm just gently going to start to arch my back. Just letting the shoulders drop. And then gently roll the spine down. Okay, once again. Lift your head, lift your neck, draw your shoulders down, press your breastbone forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember, your tummy's pushing into the ball, your pubic bone is pushing into the ball, and you're pressing through your back into that ball. So you've got that pressure down, and your shoulders are sliding down, so you get a little arch in your upper back. Just hold. It should feel lovely. You've got support through your back. And then roll back down. Okay? If you feel comfortable without your feet against the wall, you can continue like that, otherwise just put them against something. I want you now to push your heels out so that your legs straighten and your heels drop backwards. Okay, you're not standing on your toes, your heels are pushing backwards, so you've got the backs of your legs working. Right, from here, you're in a plank position. The head and the tail are in line. Your back isn't arched, your tummy's pressing into the ball, your arms are kind of soft, and I want you just to reach forward and up with one arm, and then bring it back down. You can even touch the floor if you wish. Reach forward with the other arm, and lower down. Try and maintain that plank position. Reach one arm forward. Lower it down, reach the other arm forward, lower your arm down and bend your knees and just let your back have a little rest. Right, now we're going to push forward once again. Hold the floor if you need to, hold the ball. Push your heels backwards. And I want you to just hold the side of your ball a little bit and just feel you're getting a little bit more extension. So we're just reaching out through our heels, extending our spines a little bit. Pushing out, you want your glutes to work, by the way, and then dropping down. Okay, once again. So push out through your heels, send your breastbone forward, lift, and release your body. So in this exercise, I'm going to add layers. That's a fairly basic layer. The next harder, slightly harder movement is as you lift your breastbone, you're bringing one arm up with you. So the arm is attached to the shoulder, you're not swinging your arm high, you're bringing your body up as you bring your body down so the arm comes with you. See if you can do the other side. So breathe in, let the arm come with you, push your heels back, bring your arm back down. Let's lift up the first arm with the body, hold that position. Now lift up the second arm and lower the first one. And swap. Reach back with the opposite arm. And swap. Keep that strength. Swap. Push down into your ball. Don't arch your back too much. Reach. You've got two more. And then lower your arms down and relax. Just grip the ball. Wiggle side to side. A little bit of movement through your spine. Good. Untuck your toes. Roll back onto your heels and take your ball into your lap. Just hold that position. Now I want you to bring the ball forward. If you can sit on your heels, that's great. If you need to come off your heels, just come off them. Roll your ball forward, and with sitting back on your heels, just go for a nice long stretch through your body. Breathe in, just wiggle the hips side to side. Roll the ball towards you and curl back up onto your heels. And again, so drop your chin, roll your shoulders forward, take a nice long stretch forward. Inhale, just see if you can Allow your shoulders to stretch, your lower back to stretch. Just lean into the ball, let the ball take your weight. And back. If that's too uncomfortable, you can easily do it on your knees like this. And just reach up with your sit bones. And then roll back up. Just feels, for me, it feels really nice to just do it very gently, sitting on my heels. Lengthening out evenly through my spine. And then roll back up. Good. Tap your toes underneath you. Roll back up into standing. Keep your hands on the ball once again. Now roll down. Right back to the beginning. Send your sit bones out, and this time see if you can drop your bottom a little bit lower, just into that deep squat. Roll all the way up. Lose the ball. Just push it away from you. Let your arms hang down, roll your spine up. Lift your head. Hold that position, and you're going to do one more roll down. Drop your chin. Roll your spine down. Allow your weight to go as far forward as you want to, as low down as you want to. Drop down towards the floor, just hang. Release all tension in your body, especially your arms, your jaw, your neck, your face. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, roll your spine up, coming up to standing. Shoulders dropping, head lifting.